Another day of near record-breaking highs are possible in the area today. We're also talking about our high fire danger and finally a cool down on the way.
If we are going to be forced to stay out of work, then we need help.
Extra federal unemployment benefits are gone. This morning, we look at what it means for the tens of thousands of people out of work in our state.
Pop fly. We're taking a closer look this morning at how Major League Baseball's handling of COVID-19 puts the future of other sports up in the air, including right here in the Northwest.
Honoring Hoop Fest. Even though the traditional Hoop Fest is not taking place this year, the organization is still giving Spokane something special. We'll show you a new mural quickly coming together in Peaceful Valley.
Up with KREM starts right now with Jen York, Joshua Robinson, Evan Noorani, and Dana Marie McNichol.
Well, thanks for joining us on your Friday. It is 8 o'clock. Now we're looking at President Donald Trump. He's floating the idea of delaying the November election. He tweeted his concerns about mail-in voting and voter fraud yesterday. In the tweet, he suggested delaying the election until people can safely vote in person. Well, this morning, we definitely want to hear from you. It's a conversation a lot of people are having online, so we're bringing it to Up with KREM. Do you agree with the president that the presidential election should be moved? 83% of you are saying no this morning. We really haven't seen that number move at all. It stayed above 80%, but there definitely is some people at 17% saying yes. So Joshua, this is a great opportunity for people to text us in, let us know how they feel about this, because obviously we got some split decisions there.
Yeah, and of course we know that it's pretty much a rule that the president cannot make this change, but that doesn't mean that the conversation still can't be had, and we want to encourage you to let us know. Share your thoughts, because you know, we want to hear perspectives that we might not have heard before. It's a great way to sort of lend your voice to our show here on Up with KREM, and we encourage you to do so. We're also going to take a live look outside this morning. Another big conversation this week is those triple-digit temperatures. Evan, what are we expecting today?
Joshua, it is already so hot outside. It's 75 degrees out here, 8 o'clock. A big contrast from what we've seen for most of the week is it's actually very windy already, and we've talked about through the morning how important wind is going to be in forecasting fire danger. So a red flag warning in effect for portions of central Washington, but not quite as much through eastern Washington and North Idaho. You can hear the wind on my microphone right now. What we have as far as your high temperatures go for this afternoon, mainly looking at triple digits once again in Spokane. About 102 degrees is that forecast high. Probably going to rest maybe a degree or two warmer than where those temperatures were yesterday. But then the weekend cools down just a bit. 95 for Saturday, 94 for your Sunday. The progressive cool down continues all the way through the beginning of next week, and eventually bringing us to the 80s. As I mentioned, though, wind is kind of the primary theme for our Friday going into Saturday, with some clouds as well for our Saturday. We've got 20 to 30 mile per hour gusts for the next couple hours, and then those gusts start to die down and we see calmer wind. The problem is that then Saturday, winds will amp up again, and we see that increased fire danger along with the low relative humidity. So another day of triple-digit temperatures around the Northwest here. In just a few minutes, we'll show you that regional map where you can find your city on the map and see just how warm you're going to get. Some spots of the Northwest going to make it to about nearly 110 degrees. All right, I'll send things back over to you guys.
Thank you very much, Evan. Coming up on 8:04 now, and changes could be on the way for gym rules throughout the state of Washington. Washington Governor Jay Inslee's office announced some of the limitations for gyms are under review right now. Last week, the governor did limit fitness centers to 5 people inside, regardless of the location size. But now he is reportedly reviewing that order.
People felt like this was a death sentence for the fitness industry.
Once they give it a shot and they can see that a facility can provide a safe and clean environment, all of a sudden all those other benefits that come with accessing a facility like ours become even more apparent. So that's certainly our hope.
There is no word yet this morning on when those new rules would be released. The U.S. economy just showed its worst financial quarter ever. The gross domestic product dropped nearly 33% between spring and early summer. That is 4 times worse than the Great Recession. The unemployment rate also surged to nearly 15%. Extra federal aid for those on unemployment also is set to expire this week. People on unemployment in Washington have received between $800 and $1,450 per week, but those figures include an extra $600 in emergency assistance. The extra money has not been extended, and if lawmakers do not extend it, workers could see their checks plummet. They can also expect to receive between $200 and about $850 per week. For more information, all you have to do is text the word unemployment to 509-448-2000. We'll bring you the latest updates for you. Time now for us to take a look at your morning rush. More news in less time. Firefighters responded to an overnight brush fire that burned down 2 trailer units in Spokane. That incident happened between South Inland Empire Way and 20th Avenue. No one was reportedly injured, according to the Spokane Fire Department. Authorities say the fire started at one unit and then spread to the second. The fire is completely out right now, but the cause is still unknown. A man is in jail this morning for his role in a near-fatal stabbing in Spokane Valley. We first brought you the story yesterday as breaking news. Authorities have arrested 47-year-old Rhiannon Hodges. Authorities say Hodges knew the victim, who is in serious but stable condition. If you have any information you can help investigators with, call Crime Check at the number listed on your screen. In North Idaho, new court records show a woman accused of killing her husband may have attempted it once before. Lori Eisenberg's husband was found dead in Lake Coeur d'Alene in 2018. Investigators say that he had a lethal amount of Benadryl in his system. Kootenai County prosecutors say prior to his death, she also tried to poison him in Florida. Prosecutors say Eisenberg's search history includes Florida water depths, current tides, boating accidents, and boat rentals. Eisenberg has pleaded not guilty to first-degree murder. Washington primary ballots are due on Tuesday. This means the ballots must be postmarked by August 4th to be counted. Now, there are some key races here for you to look at. Governor Jay Inslee running for a 3rd term. That's only happened once since Washington became a state. Washington's 5th congressional district seat is also on the ballot, and the district covers part of eastern Washington, including Spokane. You can text the word VOTE to 509-448-2000 for your copy of our voter's guide. That's your morning rush. More news in less time. Let us know what's happening in your neighborhood by using the hashtag #UpWithKREM on social media.
Thank you, Joshua. Let's get a look at what's trending this morning. A tweet from President Trump, you can see right there behind me. He's raising the possibility of putting off the November general election. He made unfounded claims that mail-in voting will make the election the most inaccurate and fraudulent in history, and suggested a, quote, delay until people can properly secure and safely vote. Now, the president tweeted about the election and mail-in voting for most of the day yesterday. If you were on social media and you were scrolling, you probably saw this conversation. So here's what he told reporters.
I don't want to delay. I want to have the election. But I also don't want to have to wait for 3 months and then find out that the ballots are all missing and the election doesn't mean anything.
Now, mail-in voter fraud repeatedly cited by Trump is extremely rare. As for moving the election dates, only Congress has that power, and the top Republicans don't support the idea.
In the history of the country, through wars, depressions, and the Civil War, have we ever not had a federally scheduled election on time? And we'll find a way to do that again this November 3rd.
Trump comments about moving the November election has brought up many questions. Now, the biggest one being, can the president cancel or postpone an election with an executive order? Well, that answer is no. According to a New York Times article, Article 2 of the Constitution empowers Congress to choose the timing of the general election. In 1845, federal law fixed the date as the first Tuesday after the first Monday in November. It would take a change in federal law to move that date. That would mean legislation enacted by Congress, then signed by the president, and is also subject to challenge in the courts. Now, Senator Mitch McConnell said the November election has never been moved, but that doesn't mean a former president didn't try. Back in 2004, the Bush administration discussed putting in place a method of postponing a federal election in the event of a terrorist attack. However, the idea was struck down by other national leaders. Now, while Congress does seem against delaying our election here in the States, Hong Kong leaders just announced this morning it plans to delay its November election for 1 year due to the pandemic. Those opposed to the decision say the government is using the outbreak as an excuse. This morning, we definitely do want to hear from you. It's a conversation many are having online, and now we're bringing it to you here. Do you think the President Trump should push the general election? Do you agree with him? 81% of you are saying no, 19% saying yes. That 80% really hasn't shifted any lower all morning long. So Most of you have spoken and have given us your opinion. You still have time to vote, almost an hour there to let us know what you have to think. All right, 8:10 now. Still ahead on Up with KREM, gallons of paint and hours of manpower are going into this work of art. Coming up, we're introducing you to the artist behind the new Peaceful Valley Hoop Fest mural.
And still ahead, new confirmed cases of COVID-19 have hit Major League Baseball just today. In our next half hour, what that means for all sports at all levels.
And taking a look outside, we've got dry skies around the northwest and temperatures warming up already through the 70s. We'll talk about the 90s and triple digits on the way for this afternoon. It's after the break on Up with KREM.
Whether your office is small, large, or working from home, Continuum Office Environments has new and gently used chairs, desks, and more. Everything to make your office work.
Come and see us today at Continuum Office Environment.
720 North Fancher Road.
There's this Fred Rogers quote, "We all wish to know that our being alive somehow makes a difference in the lives of others." Being on this path towards being a doctor, I really just think about trying to put my life to the best use possible. WSU is doing an excellent job of preparing me to be a good doctor. When I think about the fact that I'm part of this program, I'm reminded that I'm doing my small part to serve the underserved people of our state.
My problem was never really my feet. It was always my back. I had had as many epidurals that I could possibly have in 1 year. And that's when Tara at the Good Feet store kept telling me to try her arch supports. The future I can see now. I couldn't see it before.
Yep, sounds good.
You can't use this.
See for yourself with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
A lung cancer diagnosis can leave you holding your breath. But Bristol-Myers Squibb is working to change things by researching new kinds of medicines that could help you live longer, including options that are chemo-free, because we're committed to bringing new hope into lung cancer care. Learn about our lung cancer research at lungcancerresearch.com.
At Wendell Motors, we've always had one priority:
taking care of you, our customer. From now through September, finance a new, used, or certified pre-owned through Ford Credit, and if you lose your job, you can return your vehicle to us for up to 1 year from the date you purchased it. And we still have unheard of 0% financing for 72 months, and up to $4,750 in retail customer cash on select 2020 Fords in July. We know things have been difficult, but we're here for you.
The Ford promise is the Wendell promise.
Fairlife makes the most of milk. It's ultra filtered for 50% less sugar and 50% more protein. So make the most of any occasion with Fairlife ultra filtered milk.
Continuum Office Environments has protective plexiglass panels to keep your employees and customers safe. Plus new and gently used chairs, desks, and more to make your office comfortable.
Come and see us today at Continuum Office Environment.
720 North Fancher Road.
Now, your local Storm Tracker 2 forecast.
Welcome back, everyone. We are taking a live look outside here at 8:13 on our Friday morning. Happy Friday to everyone joining us from home. This is Coeur d'Alene as we kick off the day. Dry skies, few light clouds out there, nothing really interfering with the warm-up process that is still going to take us to likely the triple digits. In some spots, we'll finally make it to the triple digits for the first time around areas of North Idaho, because it's going to be a few degrees warmer than where we saw those temperatures yesterday. So here's what we see as far as your satellite radar imagery goes. We're seeing a few showers make their way up just from about the Cascades. They're not interfering much with anything, but we do still see that activity taking place. As far as your watches and warnings go, we see a little bit of activity. Heat warning, excessive heat warning, that remains in effect through the eastern slopes of the Cascades and just farther off to the east of that. That's until 8 p.m. today. Farther off to the east of that, then, we've got a heat advisory that's everywhere in orange on your screen. Also expires at 8 p.m. So both of these have been in effect from Monday up until today. So the entire week. So shows plenty of length on just how much warmth we've had this week. It's just another day of high heat. Another thing to note is just a few red flag warnings that have been issued around central Washington thanks to the wind that's going to be coming our way. So if we pause this at where we are, by the time we get to about your Friday afternoon and into early Saturday, we do run into some pockets of very breezy conditions, 40 to 50 mile per hour gusts possible, and that continues not only for your Friday, but then again into your Saturday. And one area to keep an eye on too is going to be over the Palouse and just south of it, about the LC Valley, where we could see breezy conditions, but not quite as windy, I would say, as eastern or central Washington will be. Now, the main focus for today is going to be the heat again. So we've got triple-digit temperatures for your afternoon highs. A couple spots as you move off toward North Idaho and western Montana are just going to rest in the upper 90s, but even spots like Grangeville on the map, where it's historically cooler than spots like Spokane or central Washington, still going to make it to 100 degrees this afternoon. 103 for St. Mary's, 101 for Coeur d'Alene, 103 for Spokane, 107 for Moses Lake, and 108 for Richland. Again, south central Washington is that spot to really keep an eye on, with very, very warm temperatures expected. 7-day forecast points to a couple things. Number one, we've got today being that day of just standout excessive heat, and then the cool down comes. Now, it's pretty slow coming. 95 for Saturday, 94 for Sunday, and then 80s toward the beginning and middle portion of next week. Not going to say it's too much of a cool down, but we do drop by about 10-15 degrees, which takes us back closer to average, keeps us in line with average, but also still keeps things pretty warm out there. So make sure to keep the water on hand with you, and you're taking proper precautions if necessary. All right, it is 8:16 right now. Joshua, it is Friday, and therefore New Music Friday. Oh, yeah. What are you listening to this morning?
It's our favorite time of the week. Every time we're approaching Friday, like, yes, tomorrow's New Music Friday. I know that we also love featuring some of our fellow teammates here. Check it out, Evan. We got a suggestion from Jen this morning.
Look at that.
Technically, it is Jen and Dana Marie. I just didn't have room to fit both of their pictures, but they're recommending the brand new song from Zach Brown Band this morning. And of course, we've got Erica and Brandon weighing in as well. But one of my favorite things, Evan, about this is that we get a chance to learn some new artists as well. So my pick this week is going to be Life Goes On by Bryce Vine. Have you ever heard of Bryce Vine?
I have not, but you were telling me about him a little earlier.
Yeah, it's a real kind of mellow, low-key. I think about what you'd say a lot, Evan, because I'm constantly a ballad guy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, well, let's listen to something a little bit more kind of upbeat a little bit, still kind of toned down a little bit though. Of course, we do want to encourage all of you, let us know what you're listening to. Take a listen to this Bryce Vine song as we head to break. 509-448-2000 is how you send in your suggestion. We'll be right back.
Life goes on. Life goes on. No free will without the choice. How you gonna scream without the voice? I can't think around the noise. It gets hard to avoid. It all gets harder to avoid. No free will without the choice. How you gonna scream without the voice? I can't think around the noise.
This is about the next 10 years.
And you can make a difference today by completing the census.
The census impacts everything from hospitals, schools, and public transportation.
The census builds America, so the census should look like America.
Shape your future. Start here at 2020census.gov.
Tired of the same old weekend routines? Come spend the day at Green Bluff. Over 35 local farms in a 12-mile radius. We make farm to table fun and easy. With a wide variety of fresh produce, craft beer, and wine, there's something here for everyone. Visit our website and call your local farmer today to plan your adventure. It's not just grocery shopping, it's fresh picked fun. Green Bluff, just 15 minutes outside of Spokane. We're closer than you think.
Joshua Freed, a record of results, and the only candidate who can win. Co-sponsored Referendum 90 stopped government-run heroin injection sites. Joshua Freed fights for our values.
Washington is failing under Jay Inslee. Jobs and businesses lost. Crime and violence increasing. Unemployment benefits stolen. I'm ready for change. Are you?
A leader in small business and local government. Joshua Freed.
I'll bring Washington together. We are all essential.
When managing diabetes, you can't always stop for a finger stick. With the Freestyle Libre 14-day system, a continuous glucose monitor, you don't have to. With a painless 1-second scan, you can check your glucose with a smartphone or reader, so you can stay in the moment, no matter where you are or what you're doing. Ask your doctor for a prescription for the Freestyle Libre 14-day system. You can do it without finger sticks. Learn more at freestylelibre.us.
At Kemp Chevrolet, you'll always get our best price. Always. Choose from a huge selection of over 300 quality pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Vehicles for just about any budget. And a finance process for just about any credit situation. Shop and compare. You'll find our pre-owned vehicles are consistently among the lowest priced in the region. At Kemp Chevy, we offer home test drives and delivery, as well as our exclusive 3-day vehicle exchange policy. And if we don't have the car you're looking for, let us know. We'll find it. Serving Spokane for over 52 years. Kemp Chevrolet and KempChevrolet.com.
KREM 2 News is sponsored by Kemp Chevrolet.
Well, welcome back to Up with KREM. Happy Friday, everybody. Well, after a year of hardship and several canceled events, Hoop Fest is giving Spokane a reason to smile. Artists are painting 3 new murals on basketball courts around the city, starting in Peaceful Valley. Nicole Hernandez introduced us to the artist behind the mural.
I am painting the mural that Peaceful Valley selected for their Hooptown USA and Spokane Art basketball court. They ended up choosing 3, one for here, Chief Gary, and then another court in town. Oh my gosh, I was thrilled. This will be my biggest mural yet. I had done 3 designs because I really wanted to get a mural and you could submit 3. We're using a paint that has grit in it, like a lot of sand in it, and so it's been like a huge learning curve just to figure out how it lays down. So I wanted 2 things. I wanted it to feel like the energy of basketball, but I also wanted something that children could come to the mural and like initiate play, and so something that would inspire them. This is like my style too. It has a lot of repeated patterns and visual texture. Oh my gosh, I just want to see it done. It's gonna be magical.
That's amazing, it looks great. Well, coming up, other sports leagues are keeping a close eye on Major League Baseball. This is a new coronavirus cases emerge among players. After the break, we take a closer look at how MLB is handling COVID-19 and how it could impact the future of college football. And don't forget to vote in our live poll this morning. We do want to hear if you agree with President Donald Trump and delaying the November general election. Vote now on our KREM 2 mobile app. We'll have those results for you after the break.
We'll also be looking at your headlines and your extended forecast after the break, which includes some cooler temperatures on the way. Stay with us here on Up with KREM.
Cemeteries are meant to be sacred. But now,
bang, 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 bang. That kind of noise it's disruptive. How do you mourn somebody that way?
the Medical Lake Cemetery is trying to fight back after the Spokane Gun Club just got the go-ahead to move in right across the street.
You've likened this to a David and Goliath struggle.
We're making our last stand to protect this space.
KREM 2's Whitney Ward investigates, Monday on KREM 2 News at 6.
COVID has created a massive educational challenge. When school begins, remote learning might be the new normal. But in Idaho, 200,000 students don't have a computer and 30,000 are without internet. We need your help to close the divide. Drop off a spare laptop or tablet on August 5th at any North Idaho STCU branch or make an online donation today to support a local student. Go to idahobe.org/close now. Sponsored by STCU.
Unstoppable In-Wash Scent Booster. Downy Unstoppables.
Tide Power Pods one-up the cleaning power of liquid.
Can it one-up whatever they're doing?
For sure.
Seriously?
One-up the power of liquid, one-up the toughest stains. Any further questions? One-up the power of liquid with Tide Power Pods.
Are you new to Medicare or not satisfied with your current Medicare coverage? Get the right care for right now by switching to a Kaiser Permanente Medicare Advantage HMO health plan. Washington's only 5 out of 5-star rated Medicare health plan for 2020. You can get same-day access to care from home without copays. Get care online by email, 24/7 live online chat, or through a video appointment with a local doctor. Get care with a phone appointment or our 24/7 advice nurse line. Get care in person from Kaiser Permanente doctors at local medical offices. And get prescriptions by mail with free delivery, often in 1 to 2 days. There's $0 monthly premium, $0 yearly medical deductible, and a yearly limit on out-of-pocket expenses. Plus, our 5-star rating lets you switch plans today and become a member as soon as next month. Call 1-877-390-1505 to switch to Washington's only 5-star rated plan, or request a free Kaiser Permanente Medicare Health Plan Information Kit.
Up with KREM happening today. The Mariners will finally host their home opener tonight in Seattle, hosting the Oakland A's. Last night, the Mariners got another big win on the road. They beat the Los Angeles Angels 8-5. They will not be playing in front of fans tonight, but there'll definitely be fan support in the crowd. Cardboard cutouts of fans will be in the stands tonight. The program is called Seat Fleet, and you can send the Mariners a picture to put in the crowd of yourself. Now, proceeds go to All in Washington. That helps support frontline workers and their families. Governor Inslee is throwing the first pitch tonight, and we'll see if he's any better than Anthony Fauci's pitch last week. Now, that game starts tonight at 6:40 if you want to catch that. And trending today, President Trump is floating the idea of delaying the November general election. He tweeted this out and is concerned about mail-in voting and voter fraud yesterday. Now, in the tweet, he did suggest delaying the election until people can safely vote in person. Mail-in voter fraud, repeatedly cited by Trump, is extremely rare. As for moving the election date, only Congress has the power to do that. And the top Republicans there don't support the idea. Now, this morning, we do want to hear from you. It's a conversation many are having. Do you agree with the president that the presidential election should be moved? 81% of you this morning are saying no. It's pretty much stayed above 80% all morning long, but 19% are still saying yes. So we always love to hear what you have to say. Joshua?
Thank you very much, Dana Marie. In Okanagan County, crews are gaining control of several wildfires today. Evacuation orders have also been lifted for both the Anglin Fire and the Green Fire. The Anglin Fire is burning 8 miles east of Tenasket and burned through about 1,500 acres so far. The fire damaged one home and has destroyed 2 outbuildings. In an update just yesterday, the Okanagan Emergency Management Department workers were nearly 100% contained. Meanwhile, the Green Fire east of Riverside is confirmed to be 100% contained. It's also burned about 1,500 acres. No damage to buildings has been reported. Also this morning, firefighters expect to contain the greenhouse fire burning on the Colville Reservation. It burned about 5,000 acres, and there are still road closures throughout the area. Meanwhile, a statewide burn ban is in effect. All right, let's check in with Evan Arani for our update this morning.
All right, sounds good, Joshua. Thank you very much. Another very hot day ahead with temperatures in the triple digits, almost across the board, really. Otherwise, upper 90s expected. Take a look, 103 for Spokane as that forecast high before 90s come around for the weekend. A breeze definitely picking up today, so expect it to be windy today and tomorrow before things calm down toward the later portion of the weekend and into early next week. Temperatures eventually stabilizing to the upper 80s. You can find this forecast on our website at KREM.com.
Hi folks, Carol from Wild West again. We're excited that summer is here and we have our super summer sale going on now. Fear not, for we have you covered with rustic furniture for the bedroom, living room, dining, and office. We build on site and continue to receive shipments, so the store is full. No empty shelves here. There's such an eclectic collection of furniture and accessories in the store, it's hard to believe you won't find something. Highway 95, Coeur d'Alene.
The pups reminded me that our best new cars also make our best used cars, and a great